Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
You're right, Abby. That is a fancy intro. Welcome back to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone, and got that haircut. Gray hair, check. Gray hair, check. Told the lady yesterday, if you can make that gray hair disappear. And then she said, are you ever going to dye it? And I was like, well, I did go on a diet last year. And she meant my hair. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to dye my hair. I'm not going to do that. I hope you had a great weekend. Maybe you were one of the 28,000 people that were at Nickelback on Saturday night at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds in Davenport. I was not there, but a lot of people went. I would have loved to have gone to see Brad Paisley last night. Looked like a fun show. Brad puts on a great one. So Mississippi Valley Fair is over, and I don't want to say that signals the end of fair season because the Iowa State Fair will be kicking off for essentially, 2 weeks, full of all of the great 4-H stuff and FFA and state for all the projects and things that kids submitted on a local level at all the county fairs. And then, of course, their huge lineup of musical guests. It seems like that'll be a good time. So, all right, I hope you had a great weekend. I feel like you blink and it's over anymore, and I didn't even really have a lot going on this weekend, quite honestly. It was kind of low-key as far as my wife had to work both Saturday, Sunday. I was hanging out with the crew of kids and trying to distract them. That's kind of what you do as a parent, right? You just learn ways to distract them, and one of those ways is 4-year-old threatening to lock me up into the basement in jail at my house. So that's one of the things that happens. There's Ted. He's 4, and he wanted me to go to jail.
$1. Does that get me
air
out of
quotes,
jail?
which is the playroom.
No.
Oh.
And I was like, And he even had handcuffs, everybody. So,
What about
note to
Lucy?
self.
Lucy.
And there's the baby with her
What is that?
stuffed animal
that
sloth
sloth?
that she likes a lot.
Lucy's going to jail?
Just trying to distract those people yesterday, you know what I mean?
Just
Offering
me?
their services, Ted's services, if,
Lulu?
Muscatine
Lucy,
County Sheriff
I need bail
CJ Ryan
money.
needs it, or Chief Kerry Kinmuth with the West Liberty Police Department. He's ready to go, y'all, so please use him. Want to mention 2 things real quick. Captain John has a really fun seafood sale going on that starts today. You can grab a flyer when you walk inside either entryway. It looks good. Captain John Seafood Sale. Ready to roll. These deals are good through Sunday. Things like seafood, twice-baked potatoes. I've never had that before. It looks kind of awesome. Salmon burgers, Anovo, swordfish steaks. Throw them on the grill. Raw jumbo peeled and deveined grilling shrimp. Still have that rocking and rolling. The imitation crab cakes and Asian zing tuna skewers. Those look good, don't they? So grab a flyer and take advantage of those deals in the seafood department. And if you have a smartphone, and maybe you're watching us on your smartphone right now, Jimmy, Sel, Megan Francis, our friend Jen's out there. Download the Hy-Vee app. It's a free app. Each Monday there's a new deal on the app, and this week's deal is Hormel Sizzlers. So if you got the Hy-Vee Isles Online app, there's a couple apps we'd like you to download. The Isles Online app, the Hy-Vee app itself, and then the Market Grill app. Chad, did I airdrop you that Hormel Sizzlers thing? So it's like 99 cents, I think, for this week for Hormel Sizzlers. That's fantastic. Look at this. Oh, yes. Limit 1 per person with your app. And what I didn't put in there was my app's barcode, so y'all can't screenshot the show and then use my Hormel Little Sizzlers coupon if you'll have it. But please download the Hy-Vee app and take advantage of that deal. All right, let's get to our guests that are patiently waiting. There is a good opportunity for you, if you're watching this, to donate blood tomorrow here in Muscatine at the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. Their donor location is literally next door to Hy-Vee. So, all right, to my right, Abby Haller. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
And Corey Doffelt. Let's do some high fives. We've known each other too long for a handshake. Look at Corey, just right over Abby. Sorry, Abby. All right, so, and I think Chad, did I email you the picture of this flyer? Okay, perfect. So it's the Hayden Doffelt Memorial Blood Drive taking place tomorrow. It's right there. I took a picture this morning on my desk, so we had it, and we also have it here on the set. So 1:30 to 6:30. Abby, I heard that this was your idea to do this.
Yep.
Okay, so what brought you to I've never organized a blood drive, so I imagine it took a lot of work. And what made you want to decide to do this? Because this is a great way to support the blood center, because we know that during the summer, their donations are way down. So what led you to want to do this?
Well, I actually want my red cord for graduation, and I can't really donate blood that often, so this was my only other option. And Hayden was obviously very close to me, so it was a good way to do something for that 2-year mark, and it was just a good opportunity to do something good.
Now, you mentioned the red cord. I don't know what that means.
For graduation.
I don't know what...
It's
when I went to high school, Abby, we just had to show up and they gave you a diploma back in the 2002 era. But I don't know. So there's like cords or something?
Yes.
It's not a guitar cord, like an actual...
like a cord for your neck.
See, I didn't know this. So can you explain that to the folks at home what this red cord is?
Yep, you have to donate 8 gallons by the time you graduate high school. 8 pints, sorry.
Oh, Corey, correct. Yeah. With the correction.
Yeah, sorry. It was 8 something.
8 pints by the time. Okay.
Yep.
That is fantastic. I did not know that. So, again, a great opportunity to come out. Corey, you've donated, I mean, you have the shirt, you have a hoodie, you have like a phone charger. So, I don't think those are props. Like, you donate a lot, right?
That's 54 pints.
54 pints? Holy smokes.
I'll have reached the 7-gallon mark.
7 gallons donated yourself.
Yes.
So how long have you been donating blood, Corey?
Off and on since high school.
Wow, I did not know that. So what was it, just those couple of years ago when you were in high school that made you want to do that? Because it's one of those things, like, I remember being in high school and wanting to donate and then kind of being scared. And I've donated blood like twice in my life, but what made you want to do it?
I'm really not sure what made me want to do it back then.
Yeah.
But just something I started and I like doing it. And then,
And do you always go right next door to the
Always.
donor center? That's super cool.
always next door.
And the thing about the summertime, and my friend Kirby Wynn with the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center, he's out of Davenport. But, I mean, I've known that guy for, 12 years. And, yes, when school's out, folks like Abby that are in school, they always have these blood drives at high schools and different places. The donations just drop. I mean, there's almost like a graph where it just drops off during the summer. And the thing is, the need for blood knows no season. Like, we don't get to the summer and the need for blood's like, every day, like every single day. And for both of you that have donated, and I guess I have, but I'm not trying to say that I've donated a lot. I should probably donate more. But it's just nice to know that it can really make a difference. And the fact that, like, your donation will go, here's the journey of the blood, right? And I know this. So say you donate tomorrow during the Hayden Doffut Memorial Blood Drive, and I hope you do, 1:30 to 6:30. Your donation of blood goes to the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center in Davenport. That's where their HQ is, their headquarters. They kind of do a quick analysis. They make sure the blood's good to go, and then it goes right to an area hospital. It's that quick, right? So you can have that kind of an immediate impact. Abby, so we're looking at a Facebook event right here. Again, it's tomorrow, right? Yep. August 6th. Do you know if there's still space available for people to get in tomorrow?
There wasn't a ton of space left, but there is room for walk-ins.
Perfect. Okay, so you may have missed the chance to call ahead. Mm-hmm. But for me, if I do decide, it's just next door from where I work now, so I can just walk over and be like, is it good? Nope, come back. All right, sounds good. But right, yeah, that's great to hear. Good for you. So you put all this together, and you never know when you organize something like this, if people will turn out. But that's great that they're going to do that.
Yep.
I told, and again, you can see it right there, and sort of the theme for the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center, the heroes are our type. So not only will you support a good cause, keep Hayden's legacy going, you may get a little bit of a reward on the bottom, a little gift card that they're going to kick you for donating, which is just nice. I told Corey yesterday, because of where I live now, we took a family stroll yesterday and went over to the cemetery to see Hayden, which was cool. And I swept some grass off the headstone that was on there. I'm like, they should have some type of, like, maybe I'll just bring a little, you know what I mean? Yeah, a brush. Like, how do we not, like, can we just get a thing of brushes?
Umpire brush.
Yeah, like an umpire brush, right. So, and that's the thing with the date, like Abby mentioned, August 6th will mark 2 years since Hayden passed away. And, I mean, you want to talk about an impact that that little guy did, and such a great picture of him right here. We just were looking at the Headbangers for Hayden Facebook page, and that's a good thing to mention, Corey, is you guys have done so much for other families that are in need. The Headbangers for Hayden and the events that you've had at Contrary with the pint glasses. Oh my God, how many glasses did you sell last year? Like,
We sold 144.
oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. That type of support is wild. And there's a picture of the glass right there, right? I have both of them. I use them often, whether it's water or beer or soda. Turns out you can put anything in the glass, right? Yeah, it works out just fine. Are you planning on having another one of those events this year?
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. Perfect.
And then
Okay, we're good? We're good? Okay, so listen, Headbangers for Hayden on Facebook. That's where you can stay connected to all that. But has that been planned out yet or not yet?
Hasn't been planned
Okay,
yet.
good.
Right now, the theater is doing a car show.
That's
on the 11th.
right. Yes, I'm glad that you said that.
Proceeds are going to Headbangers for Hayden.
Okay, so this car show, which is this Sunday, by the way, this is good timing that y'all are here. So this Sunday, if you have a cool car, or maybe you just have like a dad van that has
That'd be all right.
car seats in it, would it be okay at a car show? My Toyota Sienna van. So this Sunday, Palms Movie Theater parking lot is the Headbangers for Hayden car show. This thing has grown, like, it's a huge deal now, right? So, again, if you go to Headbangers for Hayden on Facebook, you can get more details. But there's a lot of people that show up. So if we scroll down on the page, we'll look for this flyer. There's Kelly Ann walking in the background, by the way. So right there, I see a little car show flyer in with those pictures. I wonder if that's the one for this Sunday. We'll take a look. It's going to load here. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Car show at the Palms. You can see it right there. This Sunday, all proceeds go to Headbangers for Hayden. A lot of cool vehicles have come out for this, haven't they? Abby, do you have any vehicle that you'll be entering in the car show? No, you're like, no, Tony, I will not.
No.
Yeah, it's nice because there's a lot of people that have cars that they like to show off. So it's from 10 to 3 this Sunday. You can see right there, $10 entry fee by donation per car. Free to come by and check it out. You've always had good weather for this, too, by the way. Like nice, hot August weather when this goes on. Plaques for the top 20 participants, 50-50 raffle. And, of course, Hobbs and Shaw, a new movie. But that's one of those things, Corey, that I remember when you told me that group kind of approached you guys, and you thought, okay, cool, a car show. And it's really turned into a big part of the yearly events that are connected to Headbangers for Hayden, right?
Right.
Like it's one of those, you need it. Not only you look forward to it, but you need it to be successful, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Because
Been really successful. And,
yeah.
we also have a flag that someone has made out of wood and donated.
Oh, that's cool.
And that will be at the car show silent auction.
That's fantastic. I love it. So again, a good opportunity. If you have a car to show off, bring it over. Our friend Jen on Facebook says, I want to mention this. 1 unit of blood can save 3 lives. It's a great way to give back to your community. Yeah, so right. That's good to know. And she's a nurse, so that also makes sense. Car show Sunday, blood drive tomorrow. Walk in at this point. Abby did such a good job. You can't even call ahead. I can't even call ahead.
I mean, maybe.
The thing is, if you, I don't want to discourage anybody. I don't have a secret phone number to get in though. So at this point, if you can donate blood, a good opportunity to come out and show your support for sure. It's definitely 5 hours is a lot of time, and again, knowing that your donation can have that type of an impact, especially on a local level, right? We talk about Unity Point Health. They're one of the hospitals that receives blood from the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. Certainly, University of Iowa and surrounding hospitals are great. The amount of presence over the last couple of years that Headbangers for Hayden has brought to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital is unbelievable. Corey, when you guys show up, the nurses and the staff are literally speechless, right?
Yes, they can't believe that we collect that much money to buy
Sure.
the presents or bring that much up to the hospital, and that's been tremendous just to be a part of.
Yeah, right? And to see those kids that, are in the hospital, might not be heading home around the holidays, and then all of a sudden, because that's how it works, right? The nurses are there, and the staff bring the presents around, and it's a really incredible place, as we know from all of the years that they've been not only operating but have been doing a lot to change people's lives. So if you're on social media, and I hope that you're the type of person that's very active on social media, Headbangers for Hayden. At the very least, if you're watching and you're thinking, well, I don't think I can donate blood tomorrow, but I can stay connected to what's going on with Headbangers for Hayden, check out the Facebook page and make sure that you hit share if there's an event happening, or like this Sunday with the car show. If it's you or someone you know that has a cool car, tell them to bring it over to the theater and hang out. Will you guys be there on Sunday?
There'll be some of us there, yes.
And that's the thing. There's this like great group, and I mentioned Kelly Yant, one of the friends and sort of the board members with Headbangers for Hayden, just kind of walked past us as we were doing the show. So a lot of good opportunities to support this, and it's just wild for me to think about how much of an impact on a local level you've been able to have. Because a lot of people would take a tragedy and not want to do something for others, but you and your family and your group of friends have just continued to give back, and it's very admirable. Great picture, by the way, from Contrary with the Headbangers for Hayden event. 144 glasses.
Correct.
Oh, it was such a good time. And again, you can see car show. That's the flyer from last year's event.
Yep.
It was just fantastic, and delivering some presents to the kids. So this is what it's all about, for sure. And yeah, so are you? I mean, the obvious question is, are you signed up? Did you save a spot?
6 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll be there.
Awesome, that's great. Abby, you donating tomorrow?
If I can.
All right. If you can get into your own blood drive.
Well,
oh my gosh, Abby,
yeah.
They could save you a seat. I think you put this thing together.
Well, I have low iron, so I can't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant it was like literally like a
No.
a logistics thing where they're like, well, we're not sure, and you're like, I organized it. Listen, I put this thing together. Maybe you don't remember that. That's the thing that I did. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that it wasn't like you did such a good job that, you can't even get it. And then the bake sale, right? That be happening in October? Are we thinking about that?
We're kicking that idea around again.
Good.
Yep.
I love it. That's great. Well, it's a good group of people. You can see in all these pictures, right? It's a great group that came together and has really worked to make a difference. And this is going to be a success tomorrow. All the blood, again, will stay local and help people that need it, right? And the thing is, if you have one of those blood types that are always, in demand or needed, the rare blood types, if you'll have it. I don't remember what my blood type is offhand. Please consider coming out tomorrow. Do you know your blood type? Is that what you're going to say?
I'm O positive.
O positive. Yep. Abby, you know yours? See, I don't feel bad that I don't know mine. Like, I feel like I should. And literally one time Kirby was on the show and he had his work laptop, and then like the show was getting over and he was looking up. He logged in to tell me my blood type, and I still forgot it. So, but it's a quick process to give blood, right? As both of you know, I mean,
Yes.
Corey's coming up on 7 gallons donated. That's absolutely incredible. And just in that short period of time, it can really make a big difference. And at the same time, you're honoring and remembering Hayden's legacy, right? So that's a good thing. So this will be an amazing thing to watch. All these people next door streaming into that Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center donor location. And even if you can't get in tomorrow, if this encourages you to get in this week, maybe, right? Go in this week and maybe mention that you wanted to come in for the Hayden Daufeld drive, but you couldn't make it happen, but you're there and you're going to support it. I think that they would appreciate that. There is a code. There is a code. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at that. So there is a code that you could mention, 3673, right? Mm-hmm. So you could mention that code. If you can't, there it is right there on the screen. Thank you, Chad. You can mention that code. Maybe you can't make it in today, but you can make it in later. Mention that code. And and Abby worked hard making this happen.
Yes, she did.
So you get all this cool stuff for donating blood. Is that what you're here to tell people?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you get for scheduling an appointment
Yeah.
and then making it to your appointment and donating blood, they give you points that you can spend in their loyalty store.
I love it. Yeah.
And so then you can get stuff off the loyalty store. And I've got 2 sweatshirts. I've got some earbuds.
Wow.
T-shirts.
It's fantastic. Look at that.
Phone charger.
I was going to say, this is awesome. And again,
It's pretty cool.
for just, what is it, 35 minutes of your time, right? 35, 40 minutes?
About
Donating
that, yeah.
blood, and then you're heading back.
Depending
and
on
get-
how fast your blood pumps out.
Good point. Good point. Some people are faster donors than
Yes,
others.
yes, true.
I don't remember how I clocked in when I did it. I have to look the other way, which is ironic because I have 4 tattoos, and it's not that I'm afraid of needles, but I feel like if I just look the other way and I feel the little stick in the sting, as they always describe it, it's like, oh, okay, that's fine, right? I just don't want to look down and go, oh, there he goes. It's happening right now. So look at Corey. So coming up on 7 gallons donated, that's an unbelievable milestone. So whether it's your first time or your 5th time, we definitely want you to consider showing up tomorrow and helping out. And again, please jump on the Headbangers for Hayden Facebook page and see what they have going on. It's just it's a great thing for sure. And then, is there anything happening tomorrow in addition to this, or is anybody meeting at the cemetery
I don't
like
know.
last year?
No, not this year.
Okay.
I think we're just sticking with the blood
Focus
drive.
on the blood drive. Good.
Abby made some sugar cookies and frosted some sugar cookies.
I did.
How dare you make sugar cookies on the week that I'm swearing off sugar again? They're probably really good too, aren't they?
Susan made them. Well, she
my
made the
gosh.
dough.
Oh wow! Like literally. Holy smokes! What were you gonna say, Cor?
They were pretty tasty. I
Yeah,
had
good. Well, you had to
some,
sample them apparently.
Unfortunately.
That's one of the perks, right? Yeah. Let me make sure these sugar cookies are okay. All right, Corey, Abby, thank you for being here. Abby, I'm so proud that you put this together and that it's such a success already that people are going to just have to walk in. And again, that's best case scenario with the blood drive is that all the allotted times you could have called in are getting filled up, and now you have to just walk in. But it'll be well worth your time for sure. Ashley Raymer Loveless says, hi, Corey. Hi, Abby. Love this family. Give blood for real. It's super easy. Yeah, she's right, 100%. And if you can do it on tomorrow's date, August 6th, between 1:30 and 6:30, I don't want to assume, but I'm sure that the blood center, if you walk in at 6:20, they'll probably still take you, right? Unless it's absolutely packed. I imagine they're okay with staying a little late, right? I'll just say that Kirby Wynn could pay their overtime. Right, we'll put it on Kirby, the PR guy. I'm glad that you were both here to talk about this. And it's just wild that it'll have been 2 years tomorrow since we lost Hayden. But what a great way to, again, honor him, remember him. And kudos to you, Abby, for putting this together. I'm really proud of you. It's awesome to see. And I think you should get all the cords that you need for graduation. Who else is putting together a blood drive? It's just great. So thank you very much. Abby's literally at work right now, too. So we're going to let her go back to work. And then Corey, I think, has the day off. So
I do.
Oh. So rub it in. Go sample more sugar cookies, apparently, or something like that. I appreciate both your times. Thank you, Abby. I'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, are we handshaking?
Yes,
Yep,
we
okay.
were gonna awkwardly high five, but I don't want to awkwardly high five in your face again like earlier. Thank you very much again, everybody. If you're watching Headbangers for Hayden on Facebook, a lot of ways to connect with the organization, and you can donate blood tomorrow or at some point this week. The code to mention is 3673. Chad, why don't we leave them with a shot of the poster, the flyer, and we'll let these guys get out of here. Again, Abby and Corey, this is awesome. This is tomorrow, Hayden Doffelt Memorial Blood Drive in the donor location, literally right next door to the store. I mean, it's just on the other side, right? You walk out of Hy-Vee, and you're at the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. At this point, like Abby mentioned, the spaces that you could have called in for are kind of full, so walk in and offer to donate, maybe even call them ahead, right? Or email the blood center. You can jump online. There's all the contact infos right there, right? Abby's contact info on there. But at this point, walk in tomorrow and see if you can't get hooked up, right? Hooked up and give, and maybe one day I'll have enough. I mean, Corey's like sitting here charging his phone with that charger thing. That's fantastic. All right, that's very good. And yes, I love comments on Facebook. Yeah, I mean, I did not know that when Jen said that 1 unit of blood can save 3 lives. That's absolutely fantastic and a great way to give back to your community. Okay, so let's maybe get the cart cam fired up. We have 2 more guests that are going to be joining us in just a minute. Charla Schaefer and Shane Orr will be here. Today is Work Like a Dog Day, August 5th. So I thought maybe we take the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. Thank you, guys. Good to see you. Enjoy your day off. Enjoy those sugar cookies. Don't have to have as many as you want. This is a free country, sir. I thought maybe we go straight down to aisle 16, which is the pet aisle, and it's Work Like a Dog Day. So if you do have a four-legged friend that is not working, as a matter of fact, my puggle Archie just sleeping in my bed this morning as I'm getting ready. We turn the lights on and he gives us this look like, "Are you kidding me? You guys are in here?" I'm like, "Get out of here, dog." So August 5th, it's Work Like a Dog Day, and it's also National Underwear Day. So I don't think we sell underwear here at Hy-Vee. We sell a lot of stuff. I did see that we had some shorts and shirts for sale the other day, but no underwear as far as I know. So here goes the Toyota Muscatine car cam. Steve's behind the wheel of steel. We're going to go just straight. It's a straight shot from where we're doing the show, right towards aisle 16. And we'll just show you maybe some toys and treats for your four-legged friend. Again, even though they're not going to work like a dog. I don't even know where that expression comes from. Like, how your dog paying your mortgage? Probably not, unless your dog's famous. Force your dog to do commercials, movies, I don't know. Otherwise, it should be work like us, right? But there you go. If you need, a treat or something, you can find it right there in aisle 16. And it's amazing, again, the amount of variety. And how about the cooler? If your dog only likes cold food and treats, you can find it right there. There's some toys. If your dog is anything like mine, you find something with a squeaker in it, and all they want to do is get the squeaker out of the toy, right? So you buy this thing, however much it costs, they thrash it around, and then they present you with this chewed up little plastic squeaker, and then the toy, the stuffed animal, is useless to them, right? Why are we doing that? Why do we do that? I don't understand. But we're going to do it because we spoil our pets, right? And I'm the same guy that told you how late I was to the party with the Muscatine Dog Park. So maybe you take the dog to the dog park today. August 5th, Work Like a Dog Day. Steve, is there a lamb chop toy? Is that what I'm seeing on the shelf right there? Look at that. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Have a seat, y'all. Oh, it's going to be a rose between two thorns this morning.
Exactly right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are ya?
Well, we're just talking about National Work Like a Dog Day and National Underwear Day. So I'm choosing to stick with the Work Like a Dog theme. Charlotte Schaefer and Shane Orr getting mic'd up. They're going to sit down here in just a second. And then, aisle 16, that's where you're going to find it. Also some bird seed and stuff, feeding the birds.
Will we be transitioning to Underwear Day?
I wasn't going to really comment on Underwear
okay.
Day. I mean, I feel like as long as we're all, we're all not going commando. I don't know what to say. What I'm saying is we don't sell underwear in
That's
the store,
right.
Charlotte.
Let's
You
move
understand.
on. Move on.
Charlotte Schaefer, good to see you.
morning.
Shane Orr,
Thanks for
welcome.
having us.
This
Welcome.
is great. I love it. It's Monday. It doesn't feel like a Monday when we have a full show. So we just got done talking about Hayden Dahlfeld Memorial Blood Drive, and now we're going to transition and talk about the Grant. Is it Grant Social Innovation Learning Lab?
Right. So the Learning Lab
Yes.
is just a series of different sessions
Perfect.
we're offering,
Okay.
and this next one's on grant writing.
All right, so are we in the midst of Charlotte, by the way, with the Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine? Shane Orr, Rotary Club, United Way boss, various different hats that he's wearing. I assume people know you, but if they don't, there you go. All right, so are we in grant writing season then? Is it going on right now?
It's a community foundation, absolutely.
Okay.
So we've got all our grant cycles are open, and
Perfect.
those close August 16th. And Shane, you want to touch on yours?
Yeah, we actually did 2-year grants last year, so we won't have a normal grant cycle this year.
Okay,
So
so
we can retool things.
However,
Yes.
there's so many different grant opportunities, whether it's locally, state level, federal level,
Right.
that there's a lot of different opportunities for people to be looking at. And we just think it's a great option for people to get some more information on.
and again, this Grant Social Innovation Learning Lab, there it is on Facebook. Thank you, sir. Talking about grant writing, Chad's got the event pulled up. It's this Wednesday at Muscatine Community College because it is a little bit of a process, Charlotte and Shane, to get all the paperwork done. So you have this great idea, and you're like, boy, all I need are just a few bucks to make this happen. What about a grant? And I feel like I've seen some of the paperwork myself, and it doesn't seem overwhelming. But I think it's just important for folks to understand that if you're looking at a grant as a possibility, you want to make sure you do it correctly,
Right.
especially if the window of time isn't, what'd you say, August 16th
16th.
for the Community Foundation. Okay, so you got that genius idea, you need a couple bucks, you got to make sure the paperwork's done right. So how long, when we talk about this application for a grant, through the community foundation. How long of a process is that to fill it out?
I think it's from the community foundation, depending on what level of request you're making, it's going to depend on how much legwork you've done before you begin the grant.
Okay.
So many organizations, the things we're asking, they already have that information available, and it wouldn't be a long process. But for somebody who has a new idea that's excited about that and thinking about outcomes and the different things that they want to report on, it might take a little bit longer to do. I would always say a grant takes a little bit longer than you think it is when you set aside some time. Would you agree with that, Shane?
Yeah, I would say it's not something that you want to cram for the night before, like you may have done in college.
Although that's been done.
Right.
You're going to go to an all-night diner and I got to finish this. Oh, there's so many pages. Yeah, hopefully this is a well thought out. Do we have any recent examples, or maybe from the last cycle, of folks that? And I don't know if that's something you can share or disclose, but because one of the things I have on my list is who should apply for a grant. Well, it's an organization, or it can even be that individual that has an idea that perhaps that could benefit the community or support the community. There's the Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine Facebook page. That Mark Twain just direct.
We hang out right behind Mark.
Oh boy, look at that push broom. That is a heck of a stash right there. But
wait, he's going to have a full beard for No Shave November.
Oh, is that the plan?
Just wait and see what happens. That's exactly right. You'll probably want to have us on then.
I want a grant.
I'll bring Mark with me on that one for
maybe some sunglasses.
We could do that for August.
But who would that apply to? Because if there is somebody out there that's thinking, my organization's doing good work, but boy, we just don't have enough means to keep going, or maybe they feel like that they could serve more people, or create some type of event that could benefit the town. Who is this applicable to? Because it seems like we could paint with broad brushstrokes, but I just wonder if there's somebody out there that could really heed this and then show up on Wednesday and learn more about it.
So honestly, and Shane can touch a little bit as well, but we serve both non-501c3s, so groups that are doing work but aren't affiliated with a 501c3, and those that are. Typically, somebody that has an idea that's excited about it usually lines up with an existing agency and makes that request.
Sure.
But we have everything from arts to humanities to human services to education, and there isn't a starting and stopping place. If there's a need in the community, and there's a great idea, we certainly want to see that, and we tend to have opportunities to fund that through our impact grants. And then we also have the Muscatine Health Support Granting, which is health specific, and we have a lot of dollars flow through that on an annual basis. We have 160,000 flow through that. On our impact grants between Louisa County and Muscatine County, we've got about right around $300,000 that flows through that, and then we also have some small business grants that as well. So, if for instance Kent Nutrition Gives, when they do their granting, which their cycle is not open right now, but it's nutrition specific. So Tony, there really isn't any right answer. It's if there's a need for a community, either the United Way or the Community Foundation may have an opportunity, or there's some other funding agencies as well locally. But Shane, do you want to touch on that answer?
Yeah, United Way funding is a lot more narrow, I would say, or a lot more focused. But I think the thing I want to point out is that this grant training is not specifically for people that might be applying to either of us.
Oh.
Though they would benefit from it.
Sure.
It's actually for anybody that's trying to fill out any grant. So
love it. That's great. Yeah.
There, as Charlotte kind of mentioned, there are many other sources of grant funding out there, and so even if somebody might not fit specifically with the areas that we're focused on, there are other avenues to get free money, basically.
And it's important to be able to put an event like this together. Chad, if you scroll down on that a little bit, there's a ton of information in that event. I wish more people put more information in these Facebook events, and you guys totally nailed it. So if you keep scrolling and then click on that See More right above the featuring. So if you scroll up a little bit, back up towards the top, zoom in a little, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right above that featuring on that See More, it's just got everything you need in there, right? So the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why. And I'm glad that you said what you said, Shane. It's just good information for people to be able to receive.
Kim Warren actually put that together for us, so we thank Kim for getting that information out. So the partnership that's presenting this is actually a partnership of United Way, Aligned Impact Muscatine, Community Foundation, and Iowa State Extension. And what we said is, is there capacity building trainings that the nonprofits in our community would like to have? And so we surveyed the nonprofits the first of the year and determined what sessions they were most interested in and how often they'd like to see them. And this was one of the ones that they had requested to receive. And to go back to answer one of your earlier questions, so we have probably one of the shorter applications, but if you look at maybe a state or federal grant, there's many, many hours over many, many days that'll go into some of those. So again, it just depends on the dollar amounts you're looking at and who you're requesting from.
It's great, and it's nice what you just said, all these organizations working together. I mean, it just makes sense ultimately, right? 'Cause
Absolutely.
We're trying to achieve the same goal, to serve people. But then also, I love that you surveyed them and asked, like, what could you benefit from the most?
Right.
Because we don't assume that everybody's an expert. You can see the AIM Aligned Impact Muscatine Facebook page. So yeah, it's just nice to be able to channel all of those organizations, bring them together, and then be able to provide these social innovation learning labs. So the next one, is there going to be one in September then?
Yeah.
How often are we doing this?
Board engagement is coming up as well.
Good.
And
Neither of us will be presenting on that.
Yeah, that's the one to go to.
Sitting on your hands, like, oh wait, I have something. Board engagement though,
right?
Right, because again, a lot of these organizations have some type of board that is associated with it. And that's great. Do we know who's presenting that one yet?
Iowa State Extension's in charge of, and that will be an outside speaker from, I believe, the Quad City area.
Yeah, just working out the final details.
Sure. Well, it seems like you're both very busy with, the Community Foundation and then United Way. I mean, just Saturday cleaning up flood-damaged homes with Rebuilding Together, and the Salvation Army was involved with that. So there's no downtime for either of you, and Charlotte just keeps doing good with the Community Foundation. I feel like I see a new face that's coming into the fold for you. You brought in some really good people.
Yeah, I'm excited about the team.
Right, I was going to say, I mean, it's just, you really hit the ground running when you got over there, right?
You know what, I came on the tail of good stewardship, and so we're just going to continue to do what we do well and try to get into some new things. And as I said, the more we can all collaborate together and the more nonprofits can collaborate together. The one thing we know is the nonprofits don't have an abundance of education dollars, so if we can bring different types of education that they might not have so that they can get to some of the funding they might not be able to do, we see some really innovative, exciting opportunities that are brought to our attention, and we see some great collaboration that are brought to our attention, and all that means is Muscatine just gets better and better, as you you can see every single day, and as you promote every single day.
Well, I just think there's a lot that goes into the health of a community, and when you can have organizations that are aligned and have a mutual respect and understanding and willingness to work together and not against each other, I mean, it's for the betterment of everybody. I mean, and you can see it come full circle with an event like this Wednesday. Is it free to attend for the folks that are watching?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you want to learn more, please stop out this Wednesday, August 7th at MCC. And just, coming back to something like another thing that Charlotte gets to do is I got to MC again at the high school this year, and thousands of dollars given to our students for that secondary education. And the Community Foundation was there on behalf of, people entrust you with their money to pass along to these students, and it was such a powerful evening when you talk about, some students walking away with $10,000 to $20,000 to go on to that next level. And to set them up for success, and I don't know if that happens elsewhere. When you have a night where there's I don't know what it was, $300,000 or $400,000.
We had $425,000 go through Community Foundation this year for scholarships, and then MCC used our portal, and we had another $300,000 go through separately for that. So many dollars flowing too, and those are dollars that are coming from just the good people with good hearts in our community that says we know it's expensive to go to school, and some people may not be able to choose to do so without this, and we want to make sure we line up next to them and run alongside.
The other thing that I think is great about a town the size of Muscatine is that we both represent funding agencies in the community, but we're both very accessible. So in larger cities, that's not the case. You can't meet with your funder face to face. We are happy to talk to anybody that's interested.
I was going to say there's almost no way to do it the other way, right? I mean, honestly, you have to both be tangible and out and about. As much as your schedules probably are very busy, but it just makes sense. Yeah, I mean that's how you can continue to thrive. Yeah, it's wild. So you just do the math on what Charlie was saying: $725,000 It's almost $1 million, and we're kind of like betting on our futures, right? If you look at like
And that's
a
absolutely
stock market
that's it.
example, because we want these kids to be successful. Hello, 7-year-old, 4-year-old, and 10-month-old in my house.
That's absolutely
I'm not
right.
going anywhere because I want to be there in just a couple of years and watch my kids hopefully benefit from this community's generosity. Right? And I think that just makes sense, right? Because we want them to go off, whether it's to a trade school or to a 4-year school or 2-year school, they get that job, and then it comes full circle when they're, choosing to raise their own families, buy that house in Muscatine, and that's where you can get the return on that. I mean, some people, it's just doing the right thing is the return. But I mean, if you look at it that way, I mean, that's definitely something that Muscatine wants to do, is so that when someone graduates from college and they get that job offer at a Kent or Hahn or H&I or one of our other, incredible places that hire people, they look and see it. How healthy is this community school-wise? But then also what both of you get to do plays a big role in that. Like for people that want to be connected and understand giving back and volunteering, I think that would just help someone make the decision. Like, it's helping me. I just bought another house. I'm all in, right? I'm not going anywhere. I just got to stay gainfully employed, and I'm good to go. But I just hope that can translate to the people that are hiring all these folks that are coming to town. Like, hey, here's sort of the playbook on Muscatine and where we're at and where we're heading. And I think for the public, sometimes it's hard to see down the road. But I think both of you are good about taking care of the present, but also keeping an eye on what we need to keep doing. Right?
We very much have the power to design the future, and that's the work that we do. And again, we just provide an avenue for that to be done through the generosity of the people that contribute to our agencies. So it's an incredible, as we talk about, it's just an incredible community, and it's an incredibly generous community that cares about each other.
We're looking at some great pictures from the Community Foundation Facebook page. I also saw Rich Dwyer running this morning on my way to work. And I waved. I don't think he knew it was me because he was, running and working out. But it's just great again to know that these are all like tangible people doing good work. And you know what, if you're connected to something and it could use a shot in the arm, it could use some funding so that you can continue, because I imagine that person is out there, that organization that is, maybe even if it's just starting out and they just don't know who to put the names to the faces and the organizations, like get a hold of people like Charla and Shane, because they can just help you so much, right? I mean,
we'll certainly try.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up the LENA program. Are you familiar with that? To the library,
a little bit, yeah.
So they had a program, and I think Aligned Impact Muscatine have been part of that as well.
Yep.
But trying to determine so they can help children hear more words as they're growing, so that when they reach school age, that they're able to excel. And so they didn't have the funding for that, and the Muscatine Health Support Fund grant. The library lined up and made a request, and the Muscatine Health Support Fund grant went ahead and supported that, and they've gone through a first cycle. Wow. But what that will do is early education is a goal for all of our community, and this will make a difference, and they're starting to do that with with groups of parents. And it's those kind of things that, we see that exciting opportunity, but without somebody taking time to write a grant, without somebody being generous and giving the dollars toward it, we'd never have those connections and change those children's lives. So the library is doing great work around that, around the LENA program.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're sitting here just a few weeks away from school returning, right?
Yeah.
And, Josh Boyer and Tom Hendricks were on this show a couple weeks ago talking about Muscatine charities, and sometimes it's just a group of people choosing to make a difference and then raise a bunch of money and funnel it into organizations that are helping kids. I mean, just little things like, I don't know how many people understand that for some families, the thought of a preschool that has a cost is just not in their budget. They just can't make it happen. And then what does that do to that child?
Or transportation to get the child there.
Amen. Right. Because if they have to be, even just little things like, if you're donating backpacks and school supplies so that these kids show up and they don't feel inadequate to their peers, right? I mean, it can really just set them on the
smallest
on the right
details.
Path. Yeah, I mean, and for a lot of us, it's just things that we take for granted. But I'm living it firsthand with the age that my kids are.
How old's Henry?
7. He's going into 2nd grade.
Okay.
Yeah. And for us, it's not a thing. Like I'm gainfully employed, and I bought the backpack, and he'll be good to go. But I am also very aware that he has probably students sitting next to him in class that aren't sure if they're going to eat dinner.
That's
you know what
exactly
I mean?
right.
There's a lot of real struggle.
I think that 220 backpacks go out each week through K through 5 in Muscatine, and that's not the surrounding area numbers.
Yeah.
And when I say
wild.
backpacks, for food subsidies.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
And so we
Exactly.
see grants for those as well, and I'm certain that you grant dollars for your nutrition. I mean, as you said in the past, to try to ensure that we're filling those gaps, but also what can we do systemically to make a change so those children don't continue to need to have nutrition food backpacks being sent home. So
Well, and the work the United Way is able to do with not only setting the kids up with the tools that they need, but then sometimes, like you're saying, the nourishment and the different opportunities for folks to gather food if they need it. I mean, that's something else, that summer lunch program that you guys have. I don't know if that, if we can talk enough about the fact that, kids, it's summer, right? And for almost 3 months, they don't have to worry about going hungry for lunch because there are all these different sites set up. I mean, that's a really big deal, Shane. I don't know if that exists in every other surrounding community, but again, it's an example of Muscatine, a small town where we're feeding kids during the summer. And it's all volunteer staff, right?
If you've had a teenager, you know how much food they eat.
I don't want to think about that.
During the summer when they're home all day.
I don't want to think about that. You mean it gets worse?
Yeah,
Because
I
I
was
know
gonna
all the
say,
stuff
you
I
think
have in
they're
my pantry
expensive
right
now,
They're
yeah.
so expensive. They're so expensive. I don't understand how it's going to cost me more. I need a fourth job, I think. But I appreciate the efforts, both organizations, and the fact that you're able to be the steward of the goodwill for people is really exciting. And at the same time, as I always say, and it's sometimes jokingly, sometimes not, if you're that person that's sitting on that Scrooge McDuck vault of money, and you don't know what to do with it, you can reach out to people like Charla and Shane, and they'll point you in the right direction. And that's sometimes what it's all about, is like understanding, like, hey, you know what, I can give, and I just want to make sure it goes towards the right place. Or if you have a specific idea, I bet you get those calls all the time.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I want to give, but boy, I want to help out insert specific organization. You're probably like, yeah, I can make that happen, or individual group or whatever, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do want to say about
Sure.
the session on Wednesday
Yeah.
that people don't need to have grant writing experience at all
Okay.
to come. I mean, the people that write grants often are somebody that's never written a grant before, and they take a chance, but it's no different than what you guys do out here at Hy-Vee. It's just an opportunity to sell yourself. You know, when you're in the aisles and you're taking good care of people, it sells them on Hy-Vee. And when you write a grant and you explain what you're doing and the good work going on, it's just an opportunity to sell the reviewing committee, which is on why they should choose to fund you. And so really, I want to encourage anybody to choose to participate in this if they have any kind of interest in learning more or supporting a grant writer they have. Maybe they're on the board and they just want to support their grant writer.
That's awesome.
Just come in. It's an hour, and we'll get you out pretty fast. So
Super informative in an hour.
If you've been able-
Or if you have questions. If you
Yeah.
have questions during that hour, then you
Absolutely.
can have an opportunity to ask.
And so this has kind of been a test. If you've been able to stay on while you listen to us today for a little bit, then you can figure out if you can stay on for an hour if you come to our session.
Yeah, I think you would do just fine. I mean, I think you're both. It's gonna be. It won't be a long hour. I'll say that. You'll leave with a plethora of information. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. It's this Wednesday at MCC, and again, nice to see the organizations coming together for a good cause, and for both of you that have been in Muscatine just a couple of years longer than I have, 7 years now in August. You have to feel good about where we're at and where we're going, because you can look back on where we were. Both of you have a little bit of perspective, right?
Absolutely.
And regardless of what hat you were wearing or where you were with, you can appreciate where this town is heading. And again, I think that's tough for some people to lose sight of.
It's got great momentum.
Well, I'll just say this. I saw something on Facebook last night that annoyed me, and it was one of those posts from somebody that was like, I grew up in Muscatine, and I haven't lived there in 40 years, and I drove into town on Sunday to go to the Cherry Top, and it's all different, and I don't like it. Great. Thanks for the drive-by criticism. It's almost like I don't care what you have to say because you're not here. And I say that with all due respect, but ultimately, the people that are here are committed to making Muscatine as best as it can be. We understand that there's challenges and there's obstacles. None of us are sitting here with rosy-colored glasses on, or I'm definitely a forever optimist. But when I saw that, I literally wrote, drive-by criticism brought to you by change. It's hard, right? Yeah, changing anything can be tough. And listen, I mean, we're all trying to do the right thing ultimately.
Change is
and
great.
We just sometimes need to yell louder than the drive-by criticism. folks.
If you want to make the
Absolutely.
community better, it's up to all of us.
Yeah, it's easy
So-
to get on your phone or a keyboard and type out something negative, but what are you really doing to make a
Make a
difference?
difference.
And here's what I'll say about these two sitting right here. If you're that type of person that really wants to make a difference, but you don't know where to start, just call either of them.
We'll-
I'm gonna point you.
We'll
I
get
mean,
you connected.
Yeah, Shane
sure.
for sure probably has a nice list of organizations that are worthy of your time, your resources, volunteer hours, whatever the case may be. I promise you that this is a good place to be, and I'm betting on my future because I'm here, right? It's great.
I was going to say, we appreciate the partnership with United Way,
It's awesome.
and I'm grateful that you chose 7 years ago to come to Muscatine, because
Yeah, me
you
too.
hit the ground running, making a difference for Muscatine, and calling out the good things going on, because sometimes, as you said, it's the negative things that get lifted up when it shouldn't be. We need to talk about all the good things going on in our community, so we appreciate that.
Nobody else is going to do it. I mean, all three of us try to, and there's definitely a lot of people that are, pushing. And you look at an event like a couple weeks ago, that Almost Friday Fest, Thursday night
that
along
was
the river.
what a wonderful
and it's
evening.
just packed, right? And that sometimes that's just at the smallest idea that can really flourish into something that's good for the community. Because all you do is you have an event like that, and you take a couple pictures of a full riverfront on a Thursday, and that could be the thing, the catalyst that makes that person that's driving 45 minutes from the
Decide
Quad
to
Cities
stay.
for their job here to go, you know what, maybe I could buy a house here.
That's right.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, person, and you're also going to save on gas because y'all ain't driving Teslas. Not all of you, I know that. But it all really comes full circle, and that's what everybody's trying to do. So to bring it back, this Wednesday, get to MCC, Grant Social Innovation Learning Lab, rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost stumbled over
we're gonna
it
add,
3
We
times.
decided we're going to add 4 more words for next
Please
year.
do. I almost got Grant Writing Social Innovation Learning Lab. That's pretty quick. Shane will be there. Charlotte will be there. Good opportunity to learn. And then look for details on the one in September being ran by our friends with ISU Extension. Of course, they're excited about their move coming up. There's a lot of fun stuff going on in this town. Mark Twain's going to get a beard, apparently.
No Shave November.
No Shave November. So, yeah. I mean, just in your building, on the Pearl Plaza, there's a lot
There's a lot going on right
literally
now.
A lot happening.
It's crazy.
In downtown Muscatine, and it's all for the better. It's all for the future.
And when you're downtown and you're in Pearl Plaza, stop and see Shane at United
gonna
Way,
say,
and
you
stop
guys-
and see
We're in the
us
same hall.
at Community Foundation.
literally
Yep.
neighbors, right? It's awesome. All right, well, I appreciate both of your time and your efforts, and I'm glad that you were able to make this work for today.
Thanks for
'cause
giving
I-
us an opportunity
Oh,
to talk
please.
about what we have going on.
Open door policy.
That
The only
sounds
thing
great.
that's going to change on this show is we're going to move our location to inside the restaurant. So next time you come on, maybe it'll be like,
it's going to be
like a
it's going to be down.
breakfast
Oh,
feature.
that's
Nice.
excellent.
Because you know what people want to do is they want to watch us eat food.
Well, I was going to say, I've been
Yeah.
here on Donut Day, and now I'm
Yes.
here on Underwear Day, and
Right.
I lean toward Donut Day, but it's whatever
I'm
you
with
decide.
you, Charlotte. Listen, whatever holiday. Also work like a dog day, so don't work too hard today.
All right.
Either of you. Thank you, Charlotte.
good to see you.
Shane, good to see you. Listen, connect with these folks. They'll point you in the right direction. And if you can benefit from that, again, the Grant Social Innovation Learning Lab, it's this Wednesday at MCC. And it'll just take an hour of your time, and you'll learn a lot. That's for sure. All right, let's. What do you think? You want to come back to me, Chadley Dangerfield, and I can kind of wrap this up? Oh, we got the CBI Bank and Trust ILCAM. Yes, of course. Looking in the meat department. I need to do some grilling tonight. I need to get some steak, chicken, pork chops on the grill. Oh my gosh, thank you. Good to see you. I appreciate it. I know. Don't be a stranger. Sometimes I feel like I don't see either of you enough, but you know where to find me. I'm right here. I stick out like a sore thumb. A nice sore thumb, isn't that right, Delmer? So in the meat department, yeah, I'm gonna grill tonight, right? I know that we have a chance for like a pop-up storm. I felt like I saw in the weather, maybe between noon and 4. Like the atmosphere could produce a storm. I don't know if y'all watch the weather. It just kind of pops up on your social feeds, for me at least, and I see things on like Muscatine, Iowa weather, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. My yard, my grass could use the rain. I don't have the sprinkler. These people in my neighborhood, they got the sprinkler. Some of their grass looks like you could play golf on it. Mine just looks okay. I need to get a new edger thing, the edge trimmer, Maybe I could borrow Delmer's. Probably need a sprinkler. But maybe Mother Nature will provide the sprinkler. I just want to be able to grill later, like after 4:30. I'm going to punch out, walk downstairs. Here's the best part about working at Hy-Vee. I can clock out and then walk downstairs, and there's the best meat department in Muscatine in my own backyard, everybody. Here's a look at your forecast. Oh, come on. Thunderstorms tonight. That's not conducive for grilling. Say it ain't so. I don't want it. I can. It's good for the grass. Grill with an umbrella. Sure. Right. Just get one of those umbrella hats. Yes. Umbrella hats. That's it. The future is here, friends. It's umbrella hats. So come see us if you need anything today. Obviously, we'll get you taken care of. I just want to mention a couple of things, and then we'll get to the job board. So we've still got all-you-can-eat Hy-Vee Chinese for $6. What? That's through tomorrow. So don't miss that. If you're looking for lunch or dinner today, maybe you don't want to grill. Maybe you're worried about the rain. Maybe I should just do that. Just go over to Hy-Vee Chinese and say, can I do the all-you-can-eat for $6? You know, I think about my family. What do I got? I'd have myself, my wife, the 2 boys. That's a heck of a deal. Sneak the baby a couple things. So Hy-Vee Chinese, all-you-can-eat for $6 through tomorrow. That's a fantastic deal. Jay and the crew at Hy-Vee Chinese kind of right over my shoulder that way. They're working really hard, and they'll have everything ready to roll. And it always just looks good. Smells amazing. You want to try a free sample, Tony? I couldn't. Yes, I can. Take one for the team if you need me to. So check that out. Market Grill Express app. If it does rain tonight and you're like, I don't want to order, check this out. Look at how good that looks. That's a brand new graphic I saw this morning. Boom. Find your new favorite. Those cheese curds, those tachos, I think that's what's pictured there. Chad, could you pinch and zoom? Yeah, those are the tater tot nachos. They're called tachos. I just want to know how I get the job in Des Moines. Wouldn't that be perfect for this? Not that I want to move to Des Moines. Maybe I work remotely. But you just create menu items. What do you think we should do for an appetizer? Well, tater tots. Nachos? What if the tater tots and the nachos got into a tussle? What would we call it? Tachos? You're hired. Somebody had that idea. Because nachos are cool, but you know what's even cooler? Tater tot. Tachos. What if you took the tachos and then the other stuff? Well, who thought of that? That could be me. I could do that. Here's an idea I have. Bacon on everything. Right? Bacon on everything. Bacon wrapped burger. I don't know. Market Grill Express app on your phone. Order your favorites. The salads look good. The appetizers are even better. Toasted ravioli. Awesome. Adult grilled cheese. Reuben sandwich. Grilled chicken. It's all there. Look at those salads, though. Can we pinch and zoom on that a little bit? Maybe on that. Yeah, Cobb looks good. The berry pecan spinach salad. Look at that Cobb salad, though. That thing is just loaded. Avocado, bacon, chicken. The egg thing, I'm on the fence. I'll probably, I could go either way with the egg thing. That's fine. You don't have to zoom in more on it. I don't know if I can do it. It looks good, but the eggs are just... I just put a little ranch on it and hide it. I don't even see it. And then, right, the pièce de résistance. Look at those burgers. Look at that mac and cheese burger. Can we do like a slow, dramatic zoom on that? Oh, baby. Look at that. That's how it looks, too. You sometimes see a picture of something on a menu, and then you order it, and you're like, oh, it doesn't look like that. That's how that looks. It's beautiful. I'm almost getting a tear in my eye. If I had any feelings left, I would have a tear in my eye. That's a fork and a knife burger. Maybe a bib. Shovel it. It's so good. It's great. It's everything you need. And I told you all at the start of the show, and I mean it. I'm going to raise my right hand. I've reset the keto diet clock to 0. Resetting it. I guarantee you that I will stay the course. Sugar-free, high-fat, low-carb drink from Starbucks. I wish we had a name for it. Why don't we just call it the Tony? The Tony Special. A lot of people like it. I guarantee you by Friday I'll have lost 15 pounds because I am resetting the clock to 0. So that's going to happen. It's really that easy. People ask me about the diet. You know what people ask me about all the time, if I'm being honest? They ask me about the hamster, Pickles, because everybody apparently read the story about that escape. I'm telling you, yesterday walked into the haircut place, Great Clips. First thing the lady says is, I'm so happy to see you. How's Pickles? And I'm like, the hamster? He's fine. That darn hamster. I mean, maybe this is my retirement plan. I keep writing about maybe there's, children's book, Pickles, the Escape Hamster. It's a whole series. And then it becomes an animated show, and I voice Pickles. I'm out. Retire. This might be the last show. I could write a children's book about Pickles, the Adventures of Pickles, the hamster, trademark Hy-Vee Today Tony Tone 2019. How hard is it to write a kid's book? I can't illustrate it, but I probably know. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, it's been nice knowing y'all. But I'm going to just go ahead and put a down payment on that Tesla because I found my $1 million idea, and it's the Pickles, the Hamster book series. How about the price changes in the store real quick? Read the down arrow. We're probably way over on time. Oh, yeah, this is a full show. So real quick, read the down arrow and the low price lockdown. Look for the different signs. Every single price tag changed throughout the store. Like 100,000 of them. It was a lot of work. So read the down arrow shows you how you're going to save big throughout the store. And then the low price lockdown, literally locking in the price, throwing away the key, saving you money. It's absolutely fantastic. Don't miss that. We love it. And then since we're right there, the Isles Online smartphone app, let's roll right to it. Literally going to just slide on over to it. Yeah, one more. Boom shakalaka. Look at how good that looks. iPhone, Android device. Shop from the comforts of home. Maybe you don't want to get out. You're like me, and you got the 3 kids, and the 2 older boys. They fight sometimes, and taking them to a store can be a roll of the dice. Isles Online app. Order everything you need, pick it up, have it delivered. It couldn't be easier. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go to Wapello. Shout out to Mike Ritchie, who's in the house. Ritchie Sound and Lights. Just walking in the store doing some shopping. I see people, I shout them out. It's what I do. I'm easily distracted. Speaking of that, let's get to the team staffing job board, and then we're going to get out of here. I love a Monday show like this where it's packed to the gills with guests. Team staffing 109 Lake Park Boulevard here in the Pearl City, and they're ready to get you a job. So there's team staffing. You can see their location, all their contact info. Here's Brooke, has openings, looking for you. Production labor, first and second shift, $11.55 an hour. Call Brooke, won't you? 563-316-7636 or careers@teamssi.com. What do we have next on the job board? Ooh, look at this. Very nice. Warehouse cleaner, third shift, $11 an hour. If you're the type of person that wants to work third shift, you can get a hold of Jenny, 563-316-7635, or careers@teamssi.com. And last but not least, data entry, $10 an hour. Mary has this, 8 to 5 gig, 563-316-7634. Over 100 jobs are available right now at this very moment. Walk in and see them, call them, reach out on social media, whatever you want to do. Team Staffing Solutions, 109 Lake Park Boulevard. They'll take good care of you. I want to mention this weekend, there's a lot of stuff going on. I will personally be at Illinois City for the annual Illinois City Firemen's Festival. They have a huge parade. They have a ton of stuff that's family friendly. I'll be playing some tunes and hanging out with some wacky games from like 11 to 3. I think it's 11 to 3 on Saturday. And then later Saturday night, if you're a member or have a friend, even better, you have a friend that's a member at Geneva Golf and Country Club, they've got their big family fun day. Massive fireworks display, so heads up if you live in the area. And that's where I'm going to be doing on Saturday. We have a full week of shows and guests for you, and we look forward to chatting with everybody that is lined up to be right here on this program. So that's it. We're going to leave you with that. I want to remind you again tomorrow, the Hayden Doffelt Memorial Blood Drive happening from 1:30 to 6:30 next door at the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. Thank you to Abby Haller and Corey Doffelt for being here. You know, this little guy right here touched a lot of people's lives, and I can't believe that tomorrow marks 2 years since Hayden Doffelt passed away. And my family and I, like I said last night, we walked over to the cemetery where Hayden's laid to rest, and we were there for his funeral, and I got to speak at his funeral, and I can't say enough about the Doffelt family and the strength that they've shown, and the fact that they took a tragedy and have really turned it into paying it forward and helping others in need. It's unbelievable. This little guy right here, think about him a lot, and if you can donate blood tomorrow, that's awesome. I hope that you'll do that. And thanks again to Corey and Abby for being here. And thanks to Charla Schaefer and Shane Orr. Charla Schaefer, Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine. Shane Orr, United Way of Muscatine. Great people. Good to have them here talking about some grant writing this Wednesday. MCC. Learn how to do it. Learn all about it. Awesome organizations. Good people helping Muscatine move in a forward direction. And we appreciate their time. Okay, I'm tired of talking. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and Team Staffing. And more importantly, thanks to y'all for watching. If you've been with us live on social media or on MPW Channel 5 live or on the replays, you're out there, you're watching. And it means a lot. So thanks for being with us. And I'll see you tomorrow live at 8:30 or at some point throughout the course of the day, because this is where I work, right here. Maybe you're trying to find those Chesapeake crackers. And by the way, Chesapeake Cracker Company, I think it's a Hy-Vee product, actually. It says on the back, Hy-Vee. Okay, well, Well, they are supporting the show because they pay me. So please come and buy all the Chesapeake crackers that you need. We'll work out an endorsement plan later. All right. Have a good rest of your day or a good evening, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.